3.2 Necropolis is almost here, and I cannot wait for patch notes on Thursday. But until then, let's talk about my predictions for Necropolis League. We've got some buffs, some reworks, and some nerfs. Let's get into it. Number one on everybody's list needs to be Penant Brand of Dissipation. If you disagree with this, jump down in the comments and tell me why, and I'll make sure to hide your comment from my channels forever, because this is the most obvious change that needs to happen in 3.2.4. Penant Brand of Dissipation is one of the most broken skills that's ever been introduced, and it is clear that the testing was not extensive on this gem that was introduced right at the beginning of the league. This is likely the best gem on every single ascendancy, and you can build this in 1,000 different ways. I'm guessing that this gem is going to get nerfed in multiple ways and possibly even mechanically reworked. So if you're planning your league starter around Penant Brand, maybe think again. Number two, I am predicting the largest meta shakeup that we've ever seen in Path of Exile. Build diversity in this league will be through the roof. Many folks, like myself, have been working on league starters that include these new transfigured gems, now that we know that they are relatively available on League Start. Many creators like myself were a little concerned about putting out a league starter going into 3.2.3 with the new transfigured gems. One, because they were so new. Two, we couldn't get our hands on them to test them. And three, we had no idea how available they would be on League Start. But now that we know that they are relatively available and you can farm them yourself or purchase them, I am expecting a ton of builds to come out with existing transfigured gems that were released in the 3.2.3 patch, and also the new ones in 3.2.4, which leads me to my next point. I'm expecting tons of new transfigured gems in 3.2.4. My hope and my expectation is that there will be at least one for every major active skill, and I'm even hoping to see some for things like Herald of Ice, Herald of Ash, to really shake up the way that we clear screens. Also, Greg, after what you did to Hydrosphere,
look how they massacred my boy.
Please give me a transfigured gem that's functional. Hey, if you like this content, drop me a like or a comment down below. It really helps. If you want more content like this, click that subscribe button. Oh, wait. Go ahead. Thank you. You can also check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/AER0__. I am live almost every single day. So come say hi. Maybe drop that Twitch Prime. The next thing on my list is Ralakesh's Impatience. Now, I'm expecting them to just make this item more rare, but what I'm really hoping for is a rework. And that rework I speak in a little bit more length about in a video that I will link up here somewhere. I'd like them to split the item into 3 parts so that there is a power, endurance, and frenzy version of each, maintaining some of the power, but not making it so generically powerful that it fits into almost every build. If you want more on that, go ahead and watch that video. I'm expecting a massive rework to Betrayal. GGG has removed the options for quality for armor and weapons and flasks. They've also taken the Veiled Orb and make it only available to Katarina. I'm expecting some big changes to the kind of things that we farm through Betrayal, or a rework of the board itself. I think the board is one of the most unnecessarily complex things in PoE and could definitely use a rework. I'm expecting a big change to the type of content that we farm in 3.2.4. I'm expecting a bossing league. With the recent change to stack decks no longer dropping boss-specific uniques, bosses have become significantly more valuable. I also think that it's likely that we're going to get some possible new endgame bosses or some significant changes to the existing ones, leading us to a very boss-heavy focus after a very Magic Find heavy league. Perhaps we even get some new influences. Perhaps we even get some Scourge mods back from Lycia, Herald of the Scourge. A rework that I am desperately hoping for is melee totems. This has been a hot topic for quite a long time now. These things stink and everybody knows it.
Oh my god, these stink!
Including GGG. This prediction was actually inspired by Dreamcore's video. Go check him out on YouTube. He's got a great video on why he thinks melee totems are going to get changed for this league. I don't know that they're going to get changed, but I'm really hoping for it. The problem with ancestral totems is that they provide way too much damage for how clunky they are to use. It's pretty much mandatory on every build to have a 3 or 4 link setup or totems that you put down that are immediately going to get killed by an AoE damage attack or spell from a boss. You have to recast them. You constantly have to be maintaining them and worrying about whether or not they are up just so you can do the full amount of damage that you are expecting to do. What I would prefer is that these totems are removed in their entirety for the purpose of giving you extra damage, and that damage is just added back into melee, maybe via skill gems or buffs to weapons. Actually, what I expect to happen is that GGG is just going to make it so there's a mastery that allows your totem effects to linger and it's more accessible to melee builds. That's a worse change in my opinion, but at least it would be something. The last of my predictions is a buff. I'm expecting a buff to mana stacking. GGG mentioned in 3.19 after they made a change to Mind Over Matter to change it from 30% of damage taken from mana before life to 40%, that they were interested in doing more for mana in the future. That was now 5 leagues ago, and we are all still waiting for those mana changes. So maybe I'm huffing some copium here, but I think that 3.24 is going to be the league for mana stacking. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this kind of content, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate each and every single one of you. You can expect a ton more content from me, nearly daily videos going forward as we lead up to 324. Make sure to check out my Twitch. I'm live almost every single day, twitch.tv/AER0__, and I will see you over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care.